sides of a story. Both 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 sides of a story.
I understand what that's kind of a
Both sides of a story.
this man down it's needed. I carry that home. You can put up. So let it go.
Both sides of a story. Both sides of a story. Both sides of a story. Sides of a story. Both sides of a story. Class is in session. Hour 106.
No man is an island, entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a clod be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were, as well as if a manner of thy friends or of thine own were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind, and therefore never send to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. Lee Ann Womack, I hope you dance. And it's something we take for granted ever so often. You're in a space and you are so moved but we remain seated. And it isn't until that time when something is no longer possible that we're trying to make it possible. Let us think on these things as we get ready to properly greet you on this day. It is Tuesday, the 8th of October, 2024, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
Listen to Power 106 FM. Time is now 2:15. The Ministry of Health and Wellness wishes to advise awardees of the Dr. Barrington Hood Memorial Scholarship Program that the deadline to complete their bonding agreement has been extended to Friday, October 18, 2024. Awardees who face challenges meeting the requirements of their bonding agreement are encouraged to call the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service at 876-922-8600 or visit the office at 13 National Leeward Circle, Kingston 4. They can also send an email to college.mccausland@mof.gov.jn. How much do you know about spices and the impact they have on your everyday life? Join us every first and third Thursday during Fun Talk with Albie McKenzie at 6:18 a.m. for Spice of Jamaica. We'll give you tips, tidbits, and the interviews about the revitalization and sustainability of the Jamaican spices, including ginger, turmeric, and pimento. That's Spice of Jamaica every first and third Thursday at 6:18 a.m. during Fun Talk with Albie McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM. Spice of Jamaica is brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture Food for Purpose Jamaica Spices Project.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. If you missed it, National Hurricane Center is in Miami, Florida, is tracking Hurricane Milton and three other systems. One is east of Florida and also tracking hurricanes Milton, Leslie, and now, well, Kirk is dissipating or has dissipated. So that's a quick look at what is happening there weather-wise. And spare a thought for those who have been or are being impacted, and encourage family members, friends, colleagues, neighbors, well-wishers to do what they must, especially at a time such as this. So that's something to pay attention to, especially for those in areas to be impacted, if not already impacted. We look forward, as usual, to your participation here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, on Power 106 FM. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. That's 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. So let's see if we can pay a bit more attention to this. Oh, this is Gresham saying good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm, from the hurricane target of Milton on the normally sunny west coast of Sarasota. We're all battened down and praying for the storm to weaken before making landfall tomorrow. Keep us in your prayers. Walk good. Indeed, we join others who have been praying to weaken not just Milton, but those other systems, because of the intensity of these systems. So spare a thought for all those to be impacted, if not already, or who have been affected and impacted. Gresham says the area is still reeling from flooding from Helene last week. Storm debris all over, and it may become deadly missile in the 150 mile per hour winds from Milton. And let's see. So we have a call coming through here. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dervan.
Good afternoon.
Yes, the churchman here today, sir.
Welcome.
Yes, how are you doing today, sir?
Fine, thanks.
Yes. Yeah, well, I'm calling about observing all the things that happening now, what I tell you. It's trouble all over, Mr. Dervan. It's trouble all over. I have some family in Florida there. You know? You have to pray. As I say, Mr. Dervan, what's happening now, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Hello?
Yes, we're listening.
Yes, sir. This programs that they have, the people take notes at the government. They take any note.
It depends on the nature and extent of this subject.
Yeah, because they complain so many times and not seeing any changes, you know. So I wonder if they take note. And many of the things that we call about, it's not hardly asking them, but as I observe though, if you have somebody from abroad come with the same suggestion, they pay millions of dollars for that same suggestion and run with it. Very bad though, we don't believe in each other. But, on the other day, Mr. Dervan, I call you, we're talking about poorness and what the government should do. And Mr. Dervan, it's getting bad to worse now in Mr. Dervan. You listen to the news, what's happening down here, sir?
What's happening down there?
Well, I tell you, this community was a nice community. It's one of the most peaceful in the country because you still have places here where you can sleep with the door windows open. You have a few districts here. But in the night now, when you observe in the town of course, it's ghost town, sir.
I wonder if part of that has to do with the shifting of the road intersection.
No, yes, that's played a part too because the true poorest are developed. And many of the persons who that are overseas, so that from poorest. I wonder why they don't invest in poorest because most of them just manage it. So that could be a factor to the road because it's already a long time poorest in the negative. So,
but it wasn't always like that, was it?
Yes, sir. Hello?
I am suggesting that it wasn't always as it is now.
And getting worse. I hear a lady this morning were talking about she's from South Manchester, about Mr. Chinde, the MP. And the same thing I was saying, the same thing lady saying. So they're saying that the MP not doing anything. And it's probably like this for many years. But now I think we still have it, I hope, but we don't have much time before us. Because from I call you, if I was doing something from that time and happened it, I think many of the things that's happening now would minimize. I remember I told you that the leader need to come around and talk to the people them and all these things, you know. That's just an election time. And they don't have any money to do that. So Dervan, you have a community and you're a leader. And you don't come and organize the people them, you know, sometimes you can organize them for like a youth club and a big activity in the community. Simple thing, you know, like you can have some football competition and all these things. Occupy the young people them. Come with hearts, the heart program same way. You know, you come with a lot of things. You could help the people them, you know that interested in them, not just in election time. But Mr. Dervan, I tell you, the violence, the people them afraid to walk on the road now. It's not pretty, Mr. Dervan. And poor us here. So I don't know if you could shout out, sir, because in poor us you don't have a housing scheme. You don't have nothing that employ the people them. I think you have only 3 supermarkets, you know, for the thousands of people that employment. You know, nothing. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yes, sir. So what you could share on that, sir? I'm talking with sense or nonsense.
Have a meeting with the councillor and organize a meeting between the councillor and the member of parliament, for starters.
Right. I'm sure they're supposed to listen to the radio, no? And people tell them, but I think Mr. Dervan, you need to come
Hold a moment, please. One moment. One moment, please.
Yes?
The Academy of Maritime University, an ISO certified institution, offers Bachelor of Science degrees in shipping, Bachelor of Engineering degrees, logistics, marine tourism, port management, security administration, and management, and more. For further information, call 876-924-8150, 876-924-8175, or email info@cmu.edu.jn.
Thanks for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Good afternoon to Valerie Weller-Peck. Gray Shim says, note the path takes it across the middle of the state of Florida in reference to the hurricane. So even those in Orlando will be battered. Run from water, shelter from wind. See you on the other side, says Gray Shim. Shelters open today. They're encouraging everyone to be safe. And Gray Shim says, calling for 10-foot storm surge along the coast. That taller than a house. Zone is the dead zone if you stay. Roads all clogged with families fleeing. Run out of gas while stuck on the highway. So Gray Shim is giving us an idea of life unfolding at a time such as this. I hope you'll continue to be safe as we continue with more here on both sides of the story, Poro 106. Good afternoon to Faye Weller. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Mike Montgomery is also online. Good to have you on board. Thanks for holding. Please continue.
Yes. Yes. Mr. Dervan, you know, that storm, the person that were, like the weather person that were telling them the part that the storm going. You know that man break down in tears now. Hello?
Where and when?
Mr. Dervan? I believe it was yesterday you were, as you were telling them where the storm were going and seeing the disaster and the destruction that you're going to bring. And in tears, I was listening to the radio and they were saying that weatherman there. So it's not going to be better though, this thing. So Dervan, I think I did give you an invitation that if you just could come and pour us. Because Mr. Dervan, you have a lot of community where it's totally destruction, disaster. You have a community named Armans. You ever hear about Armans, Mr. Dervan?
No.
Armans is a community where it's about 15 miles from Porus. And it's a community where the water, because of mining, the waters are just start to spring up, and take over a lot of land, good land. Water just come out of the earth and spring it up. And
that sounds like an opportunity.
Yes?
That sounds like an opportunity.
Come again, sir? It's like what?
Sounds like an opportunity.
No, sorry, a nice farming land, agricultural land, and the house still, they take over the house and so people property. And the mining destroy the whole of that place, Armans is spare hole. It's 100 feet and 200 feet hole. And they mash up that place and the mining and mash up that place. Nothing there to show now. And when you come in the town of Boros, that's Redberry is at least. And it's near that place, Redberry. That is disaster too. If you look on those roads, Mr. Dervan, it's a disaster. You know, and you know, Spring Grove here, you have some with a patrol. One in my lane, if you fall in that, you know, your foot, you block your foot. So it's a really disaster, Mr. Dervan. So if you could come one day and that a person will sponsor you, and you walk through the community, you know, it's really a good thing for you to highlight as the people going through. So because we want some really person represent the community, because those that's doing it now, it's when people are funeral, they're going to funeral. You know, so I don't know if that is their intention. But it's really bad on here, Mr. Dervan. Really bad on the crime since last week. These three get shot, one in his mouth, and two young men. In space of about 3 days, they kill them, and you know it's a big thing going on here in Boros. It's a big war. So if the government could come quick, you know, send be sending the police and just come in with the agents and them. And the road, Mr. Dervan, the road again, sir. Mr. Dervan, about the road. We know that it's climate change we have it now.
Mm-hmm.
Can't continue to fix the road like how we used to, Mr. Dervan. Mr. Dervan?
What would be the better of the two ways?
I think the better way, sir, is you have the trade man them in the country, enough of them. They have no experience. They have a lot of experience, skill in them. And some of them not here any work to do. And you know, you have a road to fix it, you know, but they give these men with the big equipment and they just do it fast. But I think the best way, if you're gonna fix 1 mile of road, just concrete and fix it good. And then if one part even bad for 2 or 3 years, let that part stay there and fix one part good because if you spend a couple million and fix that and say it should cost 1 million and you spend 30 million. 30 million of the last 50 years. So it's got cheaper in a day further the longer run. So I think right way is to use the concrete and fix it good and part by part let those spots stay and just fix it little by little. This is my suggestion.
Mhm.
Yes, and Mr. Dervan, you take care, sir, and we
You
keep
too.
in touch.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Yes.
All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still taking your calls on 876 922 4112 to 5. That's 876 922 4112 to 5. And the text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. Let's check some more of our messages and see what's happening online and otherwise as we continue with more on both sides of the story. Power 106 FM. So Gratiam is telling us good afternoon from the hurricane target of Milton on the normally sunny west coast of Sarasota. She says, we are all battened down and praying for the storm to weaken before making landfall tomorrow. Keep us in your prayers. Walk good. And Dorothy Crawford says, love and blessings. And let's see. So Grace Shim says the area is still reeling from flooding from Helene last week. Storm debris all over may become deadly missiles in the 150-mile-per-hour winds from Milton. Gresham goes on to say, calling for 10-foot storm surge along the coast, taller than a house. Zone is the dead zone if you stay. Roads all clogged with families fleeing, run out of gas while stuck on the highway. And others are chiming in and making their comments. Gratian says, note the path takes it across the middle of the state of Florida, so even those in Orlando will be battered. Run from water, shelter from wind. See you on the other side, says Gratian. And here's another one coming through. Hello.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Malcolm, and all your listeners.
We
and
hope
I
they're
hope you
well.
have a great day today. And thanks for your patience and time. Anyway, Mr. Malcolm, that young man that was just calling from down, talking about down in the country there, I am asking him, please, take your Bible, take him Bible and read Matthew chapter 24. If him can't to read, put the phone, ask somebody to put the phone on that special chapter, Matthew chapter 24. Let it read and listen keenly. If him can get the understanding of it. For many of us reading what we don't understand. And I'm not pushing down anything on him, but the Bible is a letter from God. Him give God give man knowledge to write the Bible. They're filled with the Holy Spirit when they're writing the Bible. And all those men that write the Bible die and gone, but at the same time right now, things is fulfilling. When talk about war and rumors of war and nation against nation, everywhere right now, you have war. Not because we're not firing woman all sort of thing out here. We have war in a different district. People are afraid, and the Bible tell us all these things, but we won't take in heed for what. I come on this program already, Mr. Malcolm, and I don't want to hear myself, I'm only trying to let somebody who may not understand. I'm not pushing anything down anyone's throat. Just to take them Bible, read, and see where them gain any knowledge. For many people right now, older than me, been saying, look, from them here, say God come. Or we can't come here to feel when I ride donkey. But it's time to do everything. Time is the master. Politician, no politician. I hear them come and talk about him this and him that. No politician can make things better. They might can alleviate certain things, yes. Might be certain district whenever water, they put water there. But at the same time, you might be talking about food shortage, war rumors of war, nation against nation. Even in your household right now, some parents cannot talk to their children.
Hold a moment, please. One moment, please. Hold a moment, please.
Thank you.
Time is now 2:45. A few basic books on personal finance. It is helpful to develop a basic investment vocabulary. It's also important to understand some basic investment principles such as risk and reward and asset allocation. Once armed with knowledge, don't let anyone take you off track. Whether a significant other who encourages you to waste money or friends who plan expensive trips and events you can't afford. Research professionals like financial planners, mortgage lenders, or accountants before utilizing their services.
It looks like Wilfred is trying to get on, but the line is engaged now, Wilfred, because Bunty is also on the line.
Okay.
Yes. So go ahead and pick up where you left off, Bunty.
Yes, Mr. Malcolm. So at the time now, when we evaluate things, even in this classroom right now, teachers are afraid of children, They just put the lesson on the board and allow them. If they do it, them do it. If they don't want to do it, them not do it. For I'm afraid they go carry them parents for them to kill them. And there's nothing the government could ever bring soldiers in to teach. It's not going to change. At even individual household right now, children not even paying the parents any great attention. They're on their tablets. They never see them parents. We say good evening or good afternoon or whatever. Everybody gone to them own room and their tablets. Whether good things they're watching or bad things. Some of the parents might have a little knowledge and plug out the thing. That's when they plug out everything now, everybody around come see what's taking place and have them phone up in the ear all about to see if them can get back service. And that's how now them are realize that mommy did plug out the thing, so then start PR mommy like a patient. And mommy, what happened to the internet? So them appear parents look at mine now, at that time. But we are in a system that even the government can do anything. You might try to alleviate, yes, but at the same time, look how many traps they set up about violence. They pay how much a million when they kill how much people down there. So, but that was going on from creation. So there's nothing you can try to alleviate, yes, Mr. Malcolm, but everybody tear apart for the wicked spirit that come down upon the earth, which is Satan the devil. Many people don't want to hear about it. The adversary possess many people that you can't even talk to them right now. The outfit stab you up or kill you if you see them and they step on your foot. Might as well them, you know, they make them step on your foot and go on and say nothing. The way they hostile for what? The Bible tells us again about the Satan, the devil who let loose and like a roaring lion. You're in the studio right now, you know, and the doors they might close. But make you see a lion come on there and say, maybe not try to hide. Lock the door to protect yourself. That's how Satan right rampant now. And people not taking heed. And the Bible explained that to us way back, say, so the time I know, so the time of today. No care what the other talk out there. Until you about the false prophet there. Miss Mavis, I want Mervis. When I come and I said, God tell him this, God don't tell him one thing. If you read him Bible and gain knowledge from it, God not tell him nothing. If God did tell him nothing, that tell the government how to alleviate to bring peace. And no man can bring peace more than the Almighty God when the time comes. And it's time to do everything. None of us drink water before the time. None of us go in the bathroom before the time. Time is the master, Mr. Malcolm. Why people don't get it into them head and stop running up and follow a politician and do what they can do for themselves. Get the understanding of it and go back and read Daniel 2:44 what it says. When the Almighty coming, when crush every man-made government, you think they want to hear that and everybody want power? Right now, Mark Bolin and the other one them criticize and try to tear them one another. Why they don't work together? Cannot, why everybody seeking power. Power. For this the money there. For this the money is power like knowledge. And thanks for having me, Mr. Malcolm. Have a blessed day. I hope my man taking Bible and read it and all who are listening. Matthew chapter 24, read it. Then can read, put them phone panic and listen it keenly. Have a blessed day.
Same to you.
Then can read, put them phone panic and listen it keenly. Have a blessed day.
All right, you're out of range now. Thank you for the call. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We're taking your calls on 876 922 4112-5. 876 922 4112-5. And the text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. But in the meantime, we take more of your calls on both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. And keeping an eye as well on what's happening in Florida and elsewhere. Let's go to another. Oh, no, that one dropped. Let's see if the person is still there. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Okay, the call is coming through. And this is from Wilfred. Good afternoon.
Yes, Dervan, good afternoon. And good afternoon to all your charming listeners. I heard Smurfs the other day, quite nice. You see, Dervan, Mr. Man like talk about Marcus Gal, but you see what I go on. Even with Trump and the Democrats today, watching what they're doing to Adams, Mayor Adams. But they like to take things out of context, about cheese. In Jamaica, Grandpa used to tell Mama and to them, I must eat devil they going at them. Do you understand? And I feel children, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, colloquial talks about it, thief, that the boy, that the family thieves, And so, the man that talk about murderers, all them clean Dervan is like the behave through the look in the black hole. Like all immigrants is only black people as immigrants, when it's not so. Immigrants come from every country in America, white, black, Muslim, Christian, Hispanics. You understand? The man was referring to those who were doing crimes and like saying crimes in their genes. And that tell my friend, they must wake up and stop following things out of context. But it's part of politics. It's part of politics. But it's not exactly what the man says. Same thing with the dog. Some say, I watched the whole debate. Some said some immigrants eat, some people complain that they eat dogs and cats.
No, that has been thrown out the window.
Yeah, he didn't say nothing about Asian or specified no particular country. It's them now looking the black vote. And you see, Dervan, the same thing with Jamaica. The Asian come Tuesday and they send them back to Wednesday morning. When they come to America, they get what is known as temporary protected status. They and the Cubans, they treat them better because of what's going on in their country. We, our fellow black countries, none of the CARICOM countries, even their neighbors, if they catch them when they come, they send them back, and they know they said one sending soldiers and so forth, to try to get things back to normal. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We cursing who do better than us. If neither Republicans or Democrats send back Asians if they come to America, if they reach America, they get better treatment than the Jamaican when they're legal and other countries. You get what I'm saying? They are the Cubans, which is a fact. And we as black people, we treat our black brothers from 80, whereas we talk. And like I said, we talk like the whole 80 is poor, which is not so. And like the whole 80 having problem, it is not so. There's certain sections. 80 a larger country, whole bigger country than Jamaica. You get what I'm saying, Dervan?
Uh-huh.
But people who don't study and read a lot, don't know what my son married to an Asian who's a doctor. My brother, who is in Jamaica, was married to an Asian who had been getting green card and things like that at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I have nothing bad to say. Some Asian eat dogs and things. And probably some Jamaican too, I don't know. Because I do public health, and when we in public health class, when we're doing meat inspection, that's why we do what you call, we like to see the animals they're killing first. You understand? So we know it's a goat. Otherwise, you have to know how much ribs that one have, short ribs, long ribs, if you don't see the head. You understand?
Yeah, we're just seeing an update from Peter Gracie of This is Jamaica, and the representative for the Diaspora Council, Southern USA, saying Consulate General of Jamaica, Miami, Hurricane Milton closure update. Dear colleague, this is to inform you that the Office of the Consulate General, Miami, will close today, October 8, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and will remain closed on Wednesday and Thursday, October 9th and 10th, 2024, respectively, due to the current weather conditions. We will reopen on Friday, October 11, 2024. We continue to monitor the weather forecast and will provide additional notifications as conditions warrant. Consul General Oliver Mayer continues to encourage all persons to stay vigilant and safe during this time. And that's from...
And it's coming from the other direction this time, It's not coming from it's coming from the other direction this time. And the same way in Wilmette, in Lakeland, here in Central Florida, everything closed on all the buses from this morning, which I'm a public health person I disagree with, because during emergency management is something which I'm training to. You allow buses to run, the big buses, the transit buses, breeze ain't blowing and the breeze ain't coming until tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? So people who are able to move on their own initiative. But they close it down like the breeze blowing today and the rain today. When it's tomorrow, the storm coming, I guess for the persons who are working to go make preparation, and protect their own property still, which is part of it. But certain buses, the public transit, is part of an emergency operation for able people who can move on their own initiative. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
But they close them down for a month, and today is a very nice, like air-conditioned day.
Yes.
But that's how it is. What's done is done. They have the buses moving people, or some of them, the smaller buses, none of the big transit is involved in the operation, moving people from low area, evacuating to shelter, which is, in time like this, it's better to be in a shelter. You know what I'm saying? Because there's usually strong buildings than if you're home. Especially if you're in vulnerable geographic locations,
Mm-hmm.
Because the storm will come and the storm will go, and it will do damage. And we still pray peace be still and so forth and for it to know its strength, because you can break up the storm, it's got to go through its own motion and nature. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Mm-hmm. I said with Dervan, but even warm in time, like saying the devil in a them. You're attacking the PSA, so it's politics. They give Andrew this protection, like if you say you're demonizing Andrew. Andrew demonizing the people too. I never forget how these people treat Sister PJ. Even he probably was a part of it. He's part of politics, and the politician, if you're in the game, all those things in the game. You can be thin skin in the game. It's how I go with the game. You have time when you win, and you have time when you will lose, and so forth. That's how the ties of nature rule. It's in democracy. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can be attacking the press in Jamaica and things like that, freedom, but when you yourself involved in those situations too.
We need to take a break.
It's part of politics.
We're going to a break. Thanks.
Yeah, all right. Have a blessed day. They get at home.
You too. Take care.
But longer, but the devil is strong. But God, he is more stronger. Love and respect.
Join us weekdays from 6 to 8 p.m. for Power Play, our 106 FM's action program dedicated to the world of sports. Welcome to another edition of Power Play. My name is Cliff Williams. Power Play with Cliff Williams, focusing on everything sports in Jamaica and around the world. Make sure to tune in to Power Play, providing invigorating sports analysis and discussion weekdays from 6 to 8 p.m. on Power 106 FM and Power 106 FM app. choice to set it out.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Once again, we'll have to filter out some of the information from this device. We're getting a lot of messages. So please bear with us sometimes if there is a break in between. In the meantime, though, the lines remain open, 876-922-4112-5. And the text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And Faye Weller says, I'm here listening to the radio on Power 106. So too is Sophia Nemard in Newell, St. Elizabeth. Thank you very much for tuning in as usual. And all the very best to you and yours as we continue with more on both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. And looking forward to your continuing listenership and taking your messages as well and your calls as we continue in making sure that the system is up and running so that we can read your messages and respond to your calls. Once again, the numbers to call, 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. As we continue to reach Jamaicans near and far, trusting you are coping as best as possible, especially if you are troubled wherever you call home at this time. We trust that that situation will work out or will work itself out. All right, let's see if we can bring up a couple more of these messages as we get the Android device going once again. 876-365-3346 or 876-922-4112-5. The system is making adjustments so that we can continue storing data on it. So we'll go through these messages and they're filtering through. So we're going to try and go as quickly as possible going through these messages that have, there we go. So this message says, good afternoon, Dervan. Why didn't you correct that caller about Miss Mervis, that she's a woman, not a man, as he is suggesting? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Didn't hear that. Nobody was saying that deliberately or otherwise. This one says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan. This is Churchman. What that gentleman is saying, that we are going to have war. Yes, I know we are going to have war and rumors of war, but that is the cause of the devil and God said, resist the devil and he will flee from you. So we don't have to be killing one another like this. That's another of the messages coming in. And let's see. Go down the line. Trying to clear them as quickly as possible. This one says, good day, sir. Money is a means by which many are deceived for centuries. His $20,000 tax payback to taxpayers. Could it be a means to compare the data of those applying with the census, which was incomplete? This looks like a question for the Ministry of Finance. Or better yet, Ralston Hyman. He could perhaps help us to explain this. So we're making a note of that, so that we can have a better understanding here. And this is coming from Yaman Matt Bean. Okay, thank you for your message. This one by the name of Bongo D says the roads in southwest Clarendon, Yorktown to Milk River Police Station, Alley, Waterline, Racecourse, Banks, Sedge Pond to Milk River Police Station, Osborne Store, Comfort to Yorktown, or through Gravel Hill. These roads are the worst and need attention. So that program that the government has, which is the Spark program, that is supposed to be a fix for these roads. So is it that the work hasn't started yet, or there has been a change in those development plans? That we'll have to check perhaps with Stephen Shaw of the National Works Agency. Let's follow up on that and go down the list here. Franklin McDonald sending us a yet another link. and reminding us that today is International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction. International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction, as designated by the United Nations. And Tony Kelly, no, that's that number, that's not the correct number. It's 876 922 4112, and that goes up to 5. That's what that is. 876 922 4112 to 5. And let's go down the line. Edgar says, wow, that's what they, well, I'm not going to call the party's name until I see the rest of this message. People see, no, that's not good. Shame says, all right, let's go to another break here on both sides of the story.
Real Business, appointment radio for everything economics, locally, regionally, and internationally. Real Business, your source for engaging conversations on business, finance, and economics. Join hosts Rosalind Hyman and Dr. Andrew Sutherland from 9 to 11 a.m. on weekdays as they bring you the most authoritative analysis on economic matters. Listen to riveting features such as The Big Picture, Under the Financial Microscope, Business Information Update, and local and international market updates. From the latest happenings on various business sectors and players in the economy, to how fiscal and monetary policies affect your life, make it Real Business on Power 106 FM, Monday to Friday, 9 to 11 a.m., right here on Power 106 FM.
Thank you for staying with us here on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. We're still taking your calls on 876 922 4112 to 5. 876 922 4112 to 5. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. I am giving thanks for life. And you? Sorry, I'm not hearing this. No, not clearly. Just a moment, please. This is both sides of the story on Power 106 FM. Yes, coming to you right now. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'll have to. For many, many years. Yes. I'm not sure how to interpret that because I didn't study in a way that would afford me the opportunity to bring that information forward without studying it. Mhm. Mm. Mhm. Yes, you are.
So how many people say, yeah, I believe it, they didn't. So it's people coming up and people tell them that they didn't. And I know how God is one man instruction and everybody picks it up. Everybody's here and he's giving instructions to everybody.
We're living in a different time right now.
Yeah, I understand that.
Mhm.
So we need to learn the rules and everything where it's coming from. And how we just turn our thing around and control us with it. Because he was the picture book of the dead and a
Oh,
verse and all that. And that's right before
oh,
every part.
what's the what's the what's the what's what's the purpose? What's the reason? What's the thinking at this time in history?
I mean, what you think is, we need to know the truth so we stop following nonsense. You don't believe that. You're supposed to go with what they tell us to do.
Absolutely not.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
So what would have brought this on now?
I said, I mean, what would have brought that on? History. They teach us European history that don't make any sense to us. And it don't make any sense. Everything's a lie. Because they said that a Greek was the father of medicine. And he went down in Africa and studied medicine.
What's the publication? Where's the information?
All we got to do is go back and study history. It's in history. It's in history book. Timor Tech. That was like 3,000 years before Jesus was born. That Julius Cameron was in there. Oh, that's part of it. Part of it. The truth is that the Pope and Hitler was working together. The Pope had a constant of the
What?
had a constant in the Pope back. The Pope had property that Italy
No, that's
real Western.
this is history that is out of my range apparently. Mm,
Yeah, but people need to study that and know.
mm.
Stuff that they teach you now is nonsense.
And they could say the same thing about so-called other stuff that is nonsense. They could say the same thing about your stuff as well. Mm. So that's why I was trying to figure out where is it coming from and where it's going.
Oh, so you don't believe there was a guy that threw Marley and Martin Luther? There's records of it.
I don't want to fall into the trap of talking about what I don't know.
But when I know most Jamaicans, I think white people made them and they developed and everything that they're the ones the white people, the people that came from Africa here. When they were in the guns, they had churches over top of them. And not one of them could say they were Christian. Or that they would kill them because that was their religion. And that's it. When we started rebelling, that's when they gave us Christianity. They gave us these little uncle black people the right to learn and teach us the nonsense that they're teaching us now. And there's a guy that come on the radio all the time talking about back to Africa. If people want to go back to Africa, tell them to start a party and get elected and be prime minister, get him do what he wants to do. Instead every day come on with the same nonsense. Anything you can get somebody, get some people in Congress, be prime minister, and then you can promise every day you could come from. You know, that's what I'm. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. This is both sides of the story here on Poro 106 FM. Taking your calls on 876 922 4112 to 5. 876 922 4112 to 5. And the text line 876 365 3346. We're coming up on a break. We'll take the break in a moment and then come back for more of your messages.
Protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs control areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 3:30. Morning Agenda continues the tradition of providing a unique platform for healthy public debate. Weekdays from 7:15 to 9 a.m. Join Jody and Corey on Mondays and Tuesdays, and Kevon McEncroft on Wednesdays and Thursdays, while they alternate on Fridays, as they set the agenda and break down the issues and keep you informed of what matters to you most. Morning Agenda, speaking with the stakeholders, movers and shakers of our day, serving listeners in Jamaica and around the world. Please stay tuned to the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM, weekdays 7:15 to 9 a.m., where we set the agenda.
Thanks for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. This message says, Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. I am concerned about our Jamaican families in Florida. It would be good to hear from them how they are preparing, especially those who have to evacuate or are in close proximity to the predicted landfall area. The majority of my family live there, but thankfully not in the direct path, but they have been preparing nevertheless. We have to pray for them. And the message goes on to say, Thank you for featuring the lovely theme song today, which used to be played on your show in the past. Thank you for your message. We did exchange words with a couple of the Jamaicans who are in the areas to be impacted by Hurricane Milton. So it will be monitoring. This one says, To drive, this is from RJ, who says to drive on Spanish Town Road. Where did it go? To drive, oh, here we go. To drive on Spanish Town Road is like driving on the moon. And did I miss this one? Good day. Hearing you loud and clear. Spanish Town Road, 6 miles, Riverton, 2 miles to downtown. Needs to look like Marcus Garvey Drive. The road needs to be dug up and properly resurfaced. It's a disgrace. The taxi operators do not adhere to the road code. When driving on this stretch of road, they use every lane. To add loud, lewd music they play, and the speed at which they drive can cause traffic collision. The authorities need to give Spanish Town Road priority, says RJ. Thank you for your messages. And we continue to take your calls and your messages. 876-922-4112 to 5. 876-922-4112 to 5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. So we continue with more here on both sides of the story, Paro 106, and checking in for some more messages. And let's see what is being said here. Hi, Mr. Malcolm. Miss Mervis has great sight and communication with God Almighty. She sees a dog on the map. I see a crocodile. May I speak with Miss Mervis, please? Give us a call. Give us a call, Miss Mervis. Let's see. All right, so let's move right along here on both sides of the story, Paro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And we'll be taking more of your feedback, more of your calls, your messages. 876-365-3346 or 876-922-4112 to 5. 876-922-4112 to 5. This is both sides of the story here on Paro 106 FM. Let's go back to the phone lines. 876-922-4112 to 5. Hello, good afternoon. I am giving thanks for life, and you? Uh-huh. I am hearing that for the first time. I didn't know that there was something like that. So, we're sorry to hear about the situation, but there's no way of coming back, of of uh, of reversing that decision. And yes, sorry to hear of your situation. Trust that it will be resolved in short order. All right. Thanks for the call. This is your program, both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hold on just a moment. I just need to clarify. I have 48, 40, 50 seconds, so that's just a while ago. But someone was on before. You had someone on before? Okay, so we'll go to that caller. No. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Good afternoon.
I want to ask you, and all who were talking about African repatriation, think about, this black of the another mark of society, repatriation, and back to Africa. So international repatriation, black skyline. The foolish thing, I don't know the man that
It's
mark of society.
hold a moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 3:45. Parents, improve your child's performance with the Children's Zone, a treasure chest of learning and fun, all in one place. Captivating stories, mind-bending puzzles, amazing discoveries in every subject area, and developmental activities. Each issue of the Children's Zone is the door to endless learning and fun.
Thanks for holding. Go ahead, please.
When it comes from time to Africa, black community of ourselves, back to Africa, to repatriation, 7.9 miles of black skyline. Now, who have to know Marcus Garvey approach, But we know Marcus Garvey, whiter than him, we can walk in Marcus Garvey to be and I want to let you know that the government of Jamaica has carried from government, carried from reparation plan, 10-5 plan. Repatriation is the second time. So the question is, by a government of Jamaica, carried from government, as repatriation and the second time. So what they say, what Africa do it? Don't know. Why we try to Africa do? Do I think Africa in our part like we don't want to go there?
So who said it was foolishness?
The man is just talking right about man that Africa, woman Africa. The end of the video just talking that's one. Then you man Rasta attack about it. Fuck Africa, foolishness. And that's the why that's what we call it. So we don't know what matter.
Yeah, well, we're
United Africa, black and dark, and born and born, Africa and out of Africa. I must return to develop a black continent of our own. I let out of the white country. But we keep up, are in a Jamaica, but we can't find no peace in this judgment. If country don't want it, so we know we're discussing them for a country where rob and rape and put up a continent and its inhabitants. I will not come arms and crumb them up. And that I crumbs up at the table. With the rob and with 4 years and I come go like nothing and go and food. Anyway, let me hear you and I talk to them about the teaching about it. They hear a news that thing where them at the birthday and that, something like that.
Yes.
And they want people to have more children.
Yes.
All right. Let's look at what a currency by the government of Jamaica. And I run for the government. But we're speaking of Jamaica right over there. You know? All of these concepts, things, stories, and all of these people, the top people can see and see and all of them see that sterilization and them people as a people. Because of that Jamaica and know the government. You know? I'm going to tell you things, there's this stuff. I want to go for of cruising.
No, but they,
And I get caught, being caught, okay, by the legislative people, but then of the other people. You know, it's your country, and going, by them now, in this judgment, a corrupt and just society like Jamaica government, you know, and in colleagues, them, private sector, the whole of them, private slave master and public slave master. We have like a food and the game that everything now, and still our work to be labor. And look up that about productivity. What kind of productivity you want? A productivity require labor. Labor. And many times in this country, if you work in factory that the labor force in this country are adequate to get away, you know, increase their salary. So them can better than standard and the business community that them can't afford it. The business community that them can't afford it. In this judgment. So we must talk about productivity. And it can't be a and today we don't want to back now. So they have their own job to I know. And we charge the increase and salary. They say them can't do it. So you want more productivity. Yeah? How do you want more productivity and you can't see a way? Power. So we declare we already enough. And who do work just enough to free. You know? So a place who don't want to carry back time judgment. You know? And this is community classified as institutional slavery, school, church, and college. You know, so we can't continue to these people continually, you know, do these institutions, you know, the graduate and murderer. And I say, so that's it. Looking at myself as black concern to gather and Rastafari, you know, so when this man come here, come over, come over here to come to us, love. America never told none. England never told none. Remember America, England, and Egypt, them supposed to see that here, you know, them take that, see that place, alive, them blow up the body part, carry that wall, like of the day, they go to our dear country, them black and they black, you know, they don't with that, and carry the gun and get just like them get to. You know, I didn't take another thing, and them turning about man, and them creating, and them because we don't know why. And I say, I come over and I get that month to this. And I say, so we put the attack out there, everything about around what that was that were done by the white men, you can America. And I say, as I got anyone to America who must be far, like our death in this judgment, some people can attack us in America, and black people are going to go like us, and go on and I fight in Africa. Where Africa don't know. Why we don't want to tax us that? Our African heritage, why we don't want it? That's why somehow we have some people that is going to select the Papala Bosta man to them say. But you now follow the colonizer. Okay? Still with them. In this judgment, who are to be close to Africa. Africa who wants to go. You know? Africa who wants to go advance in that right and love and life and for ourselves. As a black nation and people returning to our farm and growing as the first ruling power of our earth at the most time. That's right. Yeah, that's the power. So them could have fight before them can put on colonize African colonies, you know. But the man to the time before When it was still active from Africa, like many commandants in Africa, many years after, that's and the real man about Africa. And then no one about I can go on about Canada government, Britain government, Russia government, China government. You know what, no? All them no one them can kind of land to them. The man have them one China, India, and India, Europe, and Jamaica power. So what they want to be I'm not going to work them that. The man themselves, oh, the government is going to take by the black people of this world. One time, black guy, that's the power. Egypt, Jamaican spiritually, and Egypt, by the other coming at here. Man, they have a plan to do this. In this church, and that fact, the church is like an that type of church. You know, redemption of Africa, you know. The man that come up, whether by man or like my son, I remember, the man came out to go, stand by. Go, we have the band stand by, to go in this church. So we think that you are here. We want to job across the world. I want to black people in this and that. Someone black here. Yeah, you know, you're going to the church, the black people, right around the world. You know? Some of the church that are Rastafari, like that's our fourth school. Paramount school. Church to a black church. Everyone. The one that love everyone. The black man and the black man love everyone. Love everything. But they don't love. Tell them love them with the world. Yeah? So let's check out after how we can transfer to our church, I'm going for that. I'm going out among the one church. The black, the intelligence, you know? That's common activity, colonial human England, Later, so Africa, Italy, Central, West, are resources to Ireland, Jackson, and Barn, So, must be kind of quality that the continent, and that, in the diet. And the purpose of the African diaspora is to work and build the continent, and I'm very sure about it, We just have the right people, and I'm here, and then they are bad, and then I will be there. I want to stop and I will tell you, then I will tell you.
You haven't been part of the construction.
This construction, and I will talk about
The same work that you talk about. The white man's work.
who is a part of that construction. Who is that people? You and I. You and I are a part of that construction. Sure they am not.
I hear
You are
you.
not. Any construction we are today, you know what I know. A construction we are talking about is in Africa, So, this question now, we say, yeah, that's right. I talk about more production. I know more production. Not Jamaica, We are looking at Africa. Everything we want to look at Africa, Back and say, them are working on this. If I were to any name that have something our way, you have to name that. That the name that is working. No matter from tell you about no word, I'm a job. Mark of job is around a job I can't take and put master and create that. Act and tell client, you cannot tell by the future, and these are the things that we apply with the oppressed. And see that we are alive of our own people, So let me stand up as an independent nation, so we can be very client, not depending on others, but depending on our practice, But we can't do that among the things that I imagine, more than they go to this year. And if we are doing something, if we are doing our imagine how glorious that would be. Talent gives skills them everything we see at work. And to the black man labor. So what we are working for ourselves. So let me start to come for ourselves, I will just tell my story. And I know take top of that. So from media. I'm some little people who don't know. They don't want to do that. That's why we divide in a labor right now. No, from 1962, before 1962, we were African people. Every man is themselves as African. I'm proud to do that, you know. I'm proud of what, you know, this. And 1963, independence of Jamaica, we take you back in a field to the British rule.
Hello. I see a message here that says, Mr. Malcolm, please tell that man, save his money and go to the embassy and get his permit and go to Africa. And markets dead and going and leave. I'm not sure this is what he wants to say, but a couple of words out of line. And leave the edit talking over him. When you're dead, you know nothing. Many blind can't lead. Okay.
Man say he's like, the whole thing that up and the guy, you know. Now they are going to Rastafari, you know. Well, find out the part of Africa, you know. Offering life and war, you know. So make him know that, you know. I'm at the way to protect that, you know. No matter about that Africa, minimum wage can be for Africa. Word speak like not son that the poor and the have not can afford to pay for Africa. Eh? The poor and the have not can afford to pay for Africa. Minimum wage can pay for Africa. And when I think one pay in this church, they can come with no question about pay for Africa. To come, I and I, we go to Africa International Congress, Church of Salvation, 10 miles good here, Congress government. You know? Stand to repatriation. You know? We are here to see that it's fulfilled, you know? Demanding our rights from all who benefit from the system. Not it. And make them not leave. No? Let them not live in this judgment that as a child, you can really go on in a farm and say, guys, I come go on and I will never reach home, you know? Then you remind yourself that first time, but still, that's not your place of that. That's why that's how we back. Throw back that, you know? All that time, but then one go republic and both sides of it. You know? Ignorant. Turn to what that says, turn to Gavia Rastafari. Go to Gavia Rastafari, we don't have nothing. One colonialism and imperialism. Shame and death to us, my honorable listener. Give thanks to your
Yes. And this looks like a resolution here. The 80-year-old man who was complaining about Digicel turning off his phone. Those phones only have 3G technology. Digicel announced that one's phone has to have at least 4G technology to work on their current system. I'm not sure if the gentleman heard that, but that's why you are seemingly having issues with your instrument, your cell phone. Hope you're able to resolve it ultimately though. Let's take the break and come back.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
403 on Power 106.
the Caribbean Maritime University, an ISO certified institution, offers Bachelor of Science degrees in cruise shipping, Bachelor of Engineering degrees, logistics, marine tourism, port management, security, administration, and management, and more. For further information, call 876-924-8150, 876-924-8175, or email info@cmu.edu.jm. Will you still be small when you stay beside me? Everyone that praises our whole praise. Promise me that you'll give it back. Choice to sit it out.
And I know you are one of the judges who God has blessed with the competence to bring the league and to participate and to share. So that's why I said a copy of that letter that I've responded to the Chief Justice to ensure that it is the kind of notice that it warrants and our respect.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll be in touch with you as usual because the other one about the Constitution, the time is coming up when I have to put
it in the press like every 2 twice per week. Again, I said that there's got a 50%. I'm glad some people overseas are willing to that 50%. I'm writing on the writing that publication about the suggestion that I'm going for about what kind of constitution we believe this country deserves to create a kind of equilibrium and justification for we to live as people. We don't want no divisiveness, but there's a handful of people who feel that they should have dominance and dictatorial approach over the people, and it will not work here. So my brother, stay good and keep strong, and I pray that you pray when I pray for you.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Take care. Bye bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM. Still taking your calls and your messages. Here's Horace, otherwise known as Spider. He says, do you think that we should be concerned the Integrity Commission is concerned? Because if they have to call in someone from overseas to help with their findings, if someone says it's frightening, I can't blame them for saying so, says Horace, otherwise known as Spider. And this message from Mavis Campbell. She says, good day, Mr. Malcolm. I join with all Jamaicans who are proud to be African people and support reparations and repatriation. But Dervan, Africa is a vast continent with its own problems. We should not fool ourselves. We are not even fully aware of their cultural practices and challenges. So it's not wise to idealize the fabulous continent. I only visited South Africa, beautiful, fabulous country, but enough challenges. Mandela only started the process. Rwanda is modern. You can buy land there online. Nigeria has its own challenges. My first love in Africa is all the animals. Thank you. You're welcome, Miss Mavis. Another message, this one from Albert from Coconut Creek in Florida, says, Dervan, what's up? Here listening to Lloyd. I think you should call Garth McNamee in Tampa. Give us some more information about that, Mr. Lewis, please, off air, so we can understand what that is about. Franklin McDonald shares another link. This one, this time, is about Kenya's parliament voting on impeaching Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, right? So that's from Franklin McDonald. Thank you very much. Keep those messages coming in and those calls. The calls, once again, 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Mr. Lewis, we trust that you're doing well and you're coping under the current conditionalities, weather-wise in particular. And let's see who else is messaging us. Cuban in Georgia says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. I support the Chief Justice 1000% as people of the Black ancestry. Forward, forward. We're not going back there. Hail the Chief Justice, says Cuban in Georgia. Thank you very much for your message, Cuban in Georgia. As we continue with more on both sides of the story, Paro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, and taking your calls. Let's get ready for another break, and then we come back with more on this afternoon's edition of Both Sides of the Story.
Time is now 4:15. Shareholders in Radio Jamaica Limited, please be advised that our next annual general meeting will be held on Wednesday, October 23, 2024, at the Terra Nova All Suite Hotel, 17 Waterloo Road in Kingston, commencing at 10 a.m. Notices of the meeting, along with a cover letter and the form of proxy, have been mailed to shareholders in Jamaica as required by all rules. You can download the full annual report document from our website, rtrgroup.com/publications, or the website of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. You can contact our office via WhatsApp number 876-356-3184 and share an email address if you would like the annual report sent to you by email. Alternatively, you can collect a copy of the report at one of our offices at 32 Livers Road or 7 North Street in Kingston, 23 Orange Street in Montego Bay, Shop 16 Point Plaza in Ocheria, St. Anne, or Shop 9 in Great Mall in Mandeville, Manchester. That was a notice to shareholders of Radio Jamaica Limited regarding the upcoming annual general meeting scheduled for Wednesday, October 23, 2024 at 10 o'clock at the Terra Nova Hotel.
Thanks for staying with us as we continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM. And this message from Franklin McDonald says, Mr. McNamee is a gentleman in Tampa. You had a 1-hour conversation with last Saturday morning. And also messaging us, let's see. Oh, Mr. Lewis in Florida. Let's see. He says, just overcast conditions were on the outskirts of Tropical Storm Milton, expecting tropical storm winds later tomorrow into Thursday. Shouldn't be too severe due to our distance south of its projected path. And that's information from Albert. Louis Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida. Thank you for those updates here on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. And let's take this call from another of our regular listeners. Let's see. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yes, sir, Malcolm, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Well, I go and watch out for this time, right? But as I'm saying, I got the sun from me there, so I'm not too much afraid, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, even cross Tampa, I'm in Miami, so kind of a good distance away. But at the same time, them say nothing is off the table, so put measures in place just in case they're fake, you know.
That's the right attitude.
Repeat?
That's the correct attitude.
Yeah. No, I listened online a while ago, and the last part we catch you guys, you know, get to turn on the program like a little bit late. But when somebody text mention something about him should get anything and go to Africa, and his response was minimum wage can't take it to Africa, which him right. So what time him plan to get himself organized and get there?
Well, only he can tell you.
Yeah, but after years now I hear him on your program, another program, you know, willing to go, you know. But would it better if him try to organize himself and get America, Canada, England, or some part of the Caribbean real life more easier than getting to Africa?
Well, he will make a decision for whatever works for him.
Yeah, but what work for him now? It's like a man who I pray 10 years for winning lotto and never buy a ticket. And that's a work for him, you know. Him wishing, you know, but him not making a move. So next time you get on the program, ask him, because him saying minimum wage can take him there, and that means to me have some challenges getting there. So when him go and get him back together and get there, years and years out to my ball to go down and make no move.
That's true.
So
what do you suggest?
Trying to get a country of things more easy, like America, England, Canada, or some part of the Caribbean where things more easy. Because you know Africa is not an easy place to deal with. And if you notice, the last time I was in Canada, I see a lot of African there. So I know Africa is spreading all over the world trying to seek a better way than what they're going for them countries. So I would like him to get there for real and spend a year there and then get a feedback and see what happens.
That would be fascinating.
Well, the next time he call you, tell him to give me the date when he plan to leave and say if we can contribute to him departure and see what time he plan to leave.
You sure you can afford that?
I'm 100%, but I know other Jamaican will contribute towards that and make him see what we're going to get there.
All right.
And see how fast I'm about to come back home.
So that's right.
So next time you call, unless your program every day, so next time you call you, that more year for them, when you plan to leave. And then we try to see if we can get him going.
Well, let's see how that works out.
All right, bye.
Thanks for the call. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, here on Power 106 FM. More messages still coming in. Rohan Johnson of Atlas in Ocho Rios, conveying greetings on behalf of his children as usual, endorsing all the listeners in the diaspora. Big up yourself, he says. And here comes another message, or another regular listener. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Malcolm, I am not crying tears today. I am crying blood.
over the condition of the road we have to traverse to go to work. 60 around
the line is
foot straight.
It's not that clear. It sounds
it is so bad in some Malcolm.
As bad as the phone line you're on now?
Yes. Did you hear me now?
It sounds like it's clearing.
Yeah, I mean actually in town. I was saying, Mr. Malcolm, the road.
Yes, I'm hearing you. The road.
From Long Hill Foot straight to Ramble, Mr. Malcolm. It is so bad. From the moment you turn up Long Hill, you start to play hopscotch with the vehicle. 3 days ago, the pain. Let me tell you, actually every day people burn tire on that road, Mr. Malcolm. The only problem we don't have on that road now, since the road get bad, is like two vehicles collide, right? But apart from that, people losing tires on that road there.
Mm. And the trouble with it is that there's going to be no one to compensate you for that. Especially if you can prove that's what happened.
Yes, and
no, the line is not.
But
not working out.
I don't know. Are you clear now?
Go ahead.
Yes, but I was just saying that if the authorities cannot find the money, talk to the people, man, and we can organize and get some funds together and get that road paved from Long Hill Foot straight to Maxwell. And I guarantee you, Mr. Malcolm, it's not going to cost much to fix. You can't have a main road in that condition for so long. If you talk to the people, district people, the people in the village, we can come together and fix the road, Mr. Malcolm.
There's an idea.
But if the authority don't tell us, if the authority don't tell us that they don't have the money to do it, we cannot know.
But then there will be those who will want to know what happened.
Malcolm, if you could get the people in charge, if you could get the people who in charge of this road, get them on, Mr. Malcolm, and make we find out what is the problem. If it's them charter funds, we can get people together to put some funds in the system and get the road fixed and up and running. Within 2 weeks, or the most a month.
But you perhaps have to put in a submission to the councillor and or the MP for starters.
I believe that they need to connect with the people. They need to connect with the people on the ground better though. The communication is lacking, Mr. Malcolm, because they are not inviting the community peoples to the meetings that they are keeping. These are private meetings, it seems to be. So I don't understand what is going on. They are not telling us. You cannot have a main road where people spending billions of dollars to do insurance and license their vehicle, and it is in that condition for so long. The main road leading to Savlamar, Kingston, Negril, and elsewhere. Then don't have the fund, man. Let us know. Because I guarantee we can put some funds together and get that road line within a month. And if me get the contractor to fix that road, Mr. Malcolm, within a month we call you down here to come check. If you find one bad spot, from Long Hill to Maxwell, you know say somebody just make that one. And it's not going to cost a lot of money to do. It's the way you do it. And it's study ratio and dealing with things now.
So,
right?
so what's the next move?
The next move is the Paris Council and the government to let us know in this region what caused the road from Long Hill to Rumble in this condition for so long. What is bothering them? What is holding them back? Why can't be fixed? Let us know. Because we can put the thing together. We have to stitch together to get the job done. Let us know, man. We can't be playing hopscotch in the road with motor vehicle, swinging from one section to the other.
I'm afraid we'll have to take a break, though. Sorry. We're up on another break.
Yes, Mr. Malcolm, I'm going to run, but they need to do something to it, Mr. Malcolm.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
From your friends at Power 106 FM, understand it's in your power to have a positive relationship with money. A change in our financial situation starts with a change in how we think about money. Clearing out any negative feelings like insecurity or fear about money can help remove the blockages that may prevent improving your financial well-being. Your relationship with money is not fixed. It's one that can evolve over your lifetime. Three important things about the psychology behind your relationship with money. Money is about emotions, not just finance. Anxiety or avoidance of money issues may create a vicious cycle, and your upbringing may affect how you manage your money. With awareness, insight, and knowledge, you can start working to make empowered decisions about your money. Promise me that you'll get there if I chance. When you get a chance to sit it out, oh yes. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never feel those mountains ever settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some helping heart leave you bitter. You come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. When you get the chance to sit it out, oh yes. I hope you do. I hope you do.
Nelly is one of our regular listeners. She says she loves this afternoon's musical selection. Thank you very much, Nelly, and all the very best to you. A Cuban in Georgia says, Sir Malcolm, let's pray for those in the path of Hurricane Milton, hoping that they can move to brick buildings or a basement. Those who must vacate do so before the hurricane comes ashore. Take a long drive and come back after the hurricane. Please and thanks. Stay safe, says Cuban in Georgia. Thank you very much, Cuban in Georgia, for your message. as we continue with more on both sides of the story here on Paro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. And the text, well, that's a text line. The other numbers now, the regular numbers, 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. And once again, the text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. We're continuing with more on both sides of the story here on Paro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And we're now being told by MSNBC Hurricane Milton rapidly intensifies to Category 4. That's what we're seeing on the screen. Life-threatening storm surge and flooding coming to Florida is another story. What to know about Hurricane Milton as it moves toward Florida's Gulf Coast. And there are pictures of inundated yards and roads, and another headline, severe storm risk. One quick line of storms to end the weekend. And there's a bit of graffiti on plyboard. Go away, Milton. And that's the present system that so many people have had to be contending with. Go away, Milton, is the message. That is the message we're seeing here as we continue to monitor the developments and continue to provide as best as possible hurricane-proof systems. And some more messages coming in. This one. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello? Yes, good afternoon. You'll have to stop listening to the radio. Turn off the radio. Turn off the radio. You'll have to stop listening to the radio. Turn off the radio. All right, I'm afraid we're going to have to end this call then. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hearing you now. Oh, well, you're on. The world is listening. Oh, man, listen. Yeah, what was the topic that I talk about something about 2 minutes? Maybe you can reflect and see if you'll be able to remember more of that conversation or discussion. No, I'm never hear it. That's I'm not going to find out. Because there's a number of the kitchen. I'm going to talk about just one topic as opposed to a particular topic.
Oh, when I say, you know, look at I say one something. Like you know somebody. Oh.
All right. Well, let's check and see if it will come back to you.
All right. So we covered it.
Okay.
I know, man. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, same to you.
Okay. This is both sides of the story here on Poro 106 FM. Someone is asking, is this Poro 106 text line? No, this is not the text line. This is a regular, well, it's a combination of the regular call-in line and the text line. 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. I see somebody. Well, this line, this is not the correct line. Not the correct line. So we'll move on and continue with more of your calls. 876-922-4112-5. And the text line 876-365-3346. National Hurricane Center seeing more intensification from Hurricane Milton. And the Daily Mail is reporting on the 60 Minutes host grilling Kamala on mistake of letting migrants into US. All right, someone is asking for the text line number. So that is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. So let's see if we can. So we're going to copy this number and add it. And let's see if it gets to the recipient. I'm not sure why it didn't register. All right, might have to do this at another time. Might have to do this at another time. As we continue with more on both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Good afternoon. I'm fine, thanks. Hearing a radio in the background. Okay. Yes.
Nice season to farming, man. It's just beautiful, nice, and anything plant now catch up in the blue mountain. You know?
Right. So you see, it's a story of life. Things happen the way, things unfold the way they usually do. So on the one hand, it will appear as if the world is coming to an end. And on another hand, it's you get a refreshing level of awareness that gets you busy in the garden or in the field.
You know, everyone up in the mountain up to them time now, man.
Mm.
Suggest Malcolm, we have a place up here near Sincona Garden. I never hear about Sincona Garden.
Yes, I've heard about it.
Yeah, and the district around it is Davis, it has to like West here and thing, and then that Bridge of Roberts, you see, a Bridge of Roberts, and years I've been talking about it, I would like whosoever control it to get that bridge here set up in Samalco.
For years, you said?
Yeah, for years me I talk about it, man.
Mm.
Like when you see the rain come down, over there is a big community, I have two all primary school over there, and teacher can go over, children can come over to the next side, we have a high school and thing, man. We need a bridge there. So what I like is check it out, and the next one, they have a next one down the one that they go to the Blue Mountain Peak, before they tear up again down, then it's a Warmington begins work on it and things begin drop material and it gets steer, and after that, nothing done towards it, so I can't never what them do with the money and things, but they can't start because the road done. That's how they want us to go to the peak itself, to call up here, pen line, and
Castle? Is it?
Upon them thing over upon the St. Thomas, upon the border of St. Thomas and St. Andrew. Mr. Warmington leaves the money to people before the place up and then they can start it and then the place nothing I don't know, like, what happened to that money. I don't want them miss it up, because the people them get them bricks, sir.
No doubt about that. We need to take another break, though.
All right, we wait till you come.
All right, one moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:46 on Power 106.
Looking to add a touch of elegance to your room? The Lighting World by Fosrich is having a massive lighting blowout sale. Get your wall lamps, chandeliers, ceiling lamps, fans, and more at amazingly low prices. Sale begins Sunday, September 29, with up to 50% off selected items. It's the Fosrich Lighting Blowout Sale, September 29. Shop and save only at Fosrich. Open Sundays.
I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. If you feel the heat that always keep that hunger, may you never take one step for granted. God forbid that ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Every one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll get there if I chance. When you get the chance to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never feel those mountains ever settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth it. Don't let some help and heart lead you. You come first to set it out, reconsider. Give hands above more than just a path. chance to sit it out. Oh, yes. I hope you
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876 922 411225. Thanks for holding. Go ahead, please. All right, lost the call. Sorry about that. As we continue with more on both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM, taking your calls on 876 922 411225. 876 922 411225. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. Right here on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. And continuing with more of your many messages. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Oh, yes, thanks for holding. Sorry about that. Go ahead, please. Yeah, ideally, you really should be in conversation with the different stakeholders. Other than that, you're just going to have a piece here and a piece there, so to speak, as opposed to a discussion, decisions are made, and the way forward is charted, and you continue along that kind of a line.
But that's some set a price and them not become below $20,000, Mr. Malcolm, guys have value is a number one material, the world best material within coffee at the Blue Mountain, And they must stop playing games with coffee. But after Raja Clark leave office, no good minister no come back again, sir. Four minister come after Raja Clark and only one man child, everything I furnace child, you know, when he moves from around $5,000 and turns at $10,000. This minister come in to get $10,000 and drop back at $8,000 and move up back. It's only one food country minister and his Raja Clark and Percy Brad. The rest of them are playing, man. You can have a vital stuff as this the number one in the world and we the grassroots and we not get money. When you check it out, a pastor can't be good rate. When them done processes and things, them pick up over here, $800,000 fees, or $80,000 fees when them done processes. And when them done, then look out and go $10,000 out that man. You have to see a man $5,000 more today in the boat. This is in the world. And 85% of the Blue Mountain coffee dead out there. So I don't hear them about it. I don't know if they're going to put a charge them carelessness they don't have the amount of coffee where they were first back because Mr. Seattle set up and Raja Clark and take it over and run it. In the past, we are getting $14,000 back 10 years ago. And since these them next 3 or 4 minutes that come here, we come right down to $3,000 and the trucks and some wood. The little young boy Colonel Charles come raise it up when he comes to in the time then. So we want to real price to the coffee and that the case can set up with coffee, you know, 'cause all the nurses them dead out in a room. Nobody not say come out to supply them more coffee. Here can the lower price is the bar here because it's a Malcolm. It's a Malcolm, who not like you make some investigation about the coffee.
Yeah, I see where you got
You would even get the coffee that you got the world impossible. Mr. Malcolm, you have a police there, you know, because they have a guard now, some scale and things, so you have to go and do when you have to, you want to have a police.
All right. Thank you for the call.
Yes, sir.
And we hope eventually there is a resolution because you have been fighting that battle for a very long time.
Long time, man. Because, you know, I look less than $20,000 back. So when the minister and Jack and Castboard, who need them to drive, no, so less than $20,000, it can't work.
So, what are they likely to lose if they put it to that price, to $20,000?
Now, this year, back to coffee, then ticket, then you went in and back to coffee around $80,000, then get seat in hotel. So then no processing. So when them a come and do 8,000 and 10,000, you have to say all the type of advantage where them are doing to do it. And a jack crop and coffee board that them are the problem. Somebody come have a good evening, man, and
All right.
speak up yourself, sir. Have a good evening.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the call.
Yes, sir.
Take care. This is both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. Another call coming through. Mr. Malcolm, good evening. I am reporting a road in North Trelawney. It's the road that joins Drumilly to Bunkers Hill. From 2023, they started to work on the road. The contractor used pure old equipment, and so every day they broke down. The road was cleared, graded, and rolled, after which we realized all the equipment was gone. When I contacted the MP to find out what was happening, he said the contractor was pulling his legs or dragging his feet. So the money is gone back to who I don't know. The road is like a lake when the rain falls. The few taxis don't want to cross the mud lake that is there. There is a manhole over that. There's a manhole cover that was broken from 2022, and it was reported to the NWC. Persons put 2 bamboo sticks in there with red flags for a danger sign. All now, neither the MP nor NWC or the councillor look at it. We are tired to be used in this section of Drumilly and Bunkers Hill. They fixed a part of Drumilly, but we are still in the mud and water, and not to mention the dust in the dry season. We need help. Ms. Tova, what is happening? We are tired to be used and refused. That's the substance of this message. Thank you. Sorry to hear of the situation with the roads. There's a lot of work to be done, and we have to find a way to make it happen. Other than that, it's just going to get worse based on how things and times are unraveling. In the meantime, thanks everybody. Thank you very much, Davin Thomas, for doing your duties behind the scenes. Thanks to our faithful listeners and viewers all over the globe for making it both sides of the story. All things being well, that both sides of the story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 5 o'clock. News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible. Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's News at 5.
Good afternoon, coming up in the news segment of Beyond the Headlines today, Tuesday. Massive fraud scheme targeting financial institutions. This follows the arrest